Hello guys, this is Anand Raja from Blender Talkies. In part 1 we modeled the kitchen. In this part 2 we're going to add the lighting, material and add some assets to this kitchen scene. Some models are created by me and some models are downloaded from BlendSwap. You will see the download links for the models and textures below this video. Okay, let's get into Blender. For the lighting I'm going to use the sun lamp. Okay, go to the top view, select this default lamp, change this one to sun lamp. If you delete this lamp you can add the sun lamp from shift A and lamp add the sun lamp. Okay, use nodes and set the strength to something around 10 and move this one to there and rotate this one. Okay, and here rotate this one, something like that. Bring this one to there. This one. Rotate this one like that. Okay, and now start rendering and see how this one you will get more light because of we don't we hide some of the meshes. Okay, so what I'm going to means press alt h to bring everything, and if you bring all meshes you are not able to see inside the kitchen. The reason for that, this wall is hiding that. So what I'm going to do means so Hmm. select this mesh and go to this object data properties here, and underneath this ray visibility uncheck this camera. So if you can see inside the inside this kitchen, this one is invisible to the camera. Okay, but this is okay, but it's hard to see if this one is still enabled. So I will set this one to wire. Okay, so I can see that the light strength is not enough, so we need to adjust the some lighting setup. Okay, so go to the world settings there, and underneath this background just increase the color to the white, something like that, and set the strength to 15, so you will get more light inside this kitchen, but still you don't get enough light. The reason for that, you will get the light source from only this window. It's not enough, and the kitchen is not a separate part from the house. There is some entrance to the kitchen. You will get some light source from the nearest room. Okay, or some other windows that are near to the kitchen, uh, like that, near to the kitchen. So here I'm going to means I'm going to add on, look at that, here I'm going to add the entrance for this kitchen. Okay, add another one, look at G and X, and here say this one to 3 feet, and add this one there, and move this on the Z axis. The height of this door is equal to 6 feet. Select this one and extrude this one, something like that, and delete that face. Now we have this entrance. Now if you render this one, you will see you will get much better result than before. You will get more light enter into the room. Okay, I will increase the sample and I will render this one and see how this one is looks. Go to this sampling section, increase the number of sampling to 200 for render, and yeah, I will render. I will come back once the render is finished. Yeah, the render is finished and still this one looks very nice. See, and you will see the shadow of the sun lamp is very soft. So select the sun lamp, go to the sun lamp settings there and set the shadow to something around 0.02 inch. I think 0.02 is enough. You will get the soft shadow. Yeah, you will get the soft shadow, and 0.05. This one is too sharp. 0.08. Think point 1. Yeah, I think point 1 is enough. I think, yeah, point 1 is okay. And the background we're going to use some environmental light, that is the instead of using the white color, if possible we're going to use the environmental texture, or we going to use the background image behind this window. Okay, I think for now the lighting is okay. Okay, next we move on to creating the floor material. So select this floor and apply the rotation scale if any, and go to the material tab here and just click this floor. We want a separate material for the floor and name this one as floor. Here I'm going to use the wooden texture. Okay, now split this view and change this one to material. Okay, and now change this one to the node editor and texture, add the image texture here, and the image texture is wooden plank clean 00782 underscore. So this one is downloaded from cgtexture.com. I will provide the link below this video. Okay, you can download that and connect this one to that, and you will see something like light brown because of this plane is not unwrapped. So go to the edit mode and now press U and unwrap. Now you have the image like that. Excellent. And the scaling value is very big, so add the input texture coordinate. Okay, and vector mapping. Okay, this texture is a seamless texture, so you no need to worry about that. Just take the output of this UV, connect this to vector, and take the output of this vector and connect this to vector. Okay, and set the scaling value to 2. Think this 2 is okay, maybe 3. I think the scaling value 3 is enough. This one is a seamless texture. Okay, and this one is looks good. And if you render this one, you will see this one is very plain. You will see that you don't get any shiny. Basically the wooden texture have some shiny material. Okay, to add the glossiness to this one, and shader at the mix shader and shader at the glossy shader, we're going to mix the diffuse and the glossy using this glossy shader. We're going to add the diffuse and glossy shader and mix them with the mix shader. Okay, and you will see you will get something like the weird effect because of this glossiness. The roughness, by default the roughness is 0.2. This one is too high. If we set this one to completely 0, you will get the 100% glossiness. You will see you will get some fireflies here. This is the glossiness. And if I set this one to 0.05, you will get something little bit of glossy. And this factor here, set this one to 0.1. You will see here you will get some glossy reflection there. See, you'll get the glossy reflection there. And I think 0.2 is too much. I think 0.2 is enough, and this one is 0.05. Okay, this one is enough. And for some displacement, and duplicate this image texture and take the output of this one and connect to this one to there, and take this output and connect this one to the displacement. Now we will see we will get the huge bump there, and this one is very huge and we don't want that much amount. So converter at the math node to control that, and set this factor to multiply. Okay, and set this one to 0.025. 0.025 is I think hmm, 0.025, and you will see you will get the bump in the wrong direction. Okay, in between these two woods this bump goes in the upwards. We want the this one goes in the downwards. To change that, go to the color and choose the invert. Okay, now we have the invert, but now you have this proper value. I'll set this factor to zero point 0.9 something. Yeah, set this factor to 1, and now set this one to 0.015. I think this bump is enough. Okay, and this is depends on you how the glossiness you set. Okay, and you will set the glossiness amount for this floor how much you want. If you control this one by using this fact value, we set this one to 0, you will get the diffuse, and if you increase the value you will get the glossiness based on that. And I think 0.02 is enough, sorry, zero point 0.2 is enough. And for the sun lamp, the shadow is very sharp. So reduce that, which is equal to 1 inch, think 1 inch, 0.8 inch, 0.8 inch. Yep, I think 0.8 inch is enough. Scale this, save this one, and set this 10 to 25, 15, and in the well set this one to 25. Okay, and now I will give the test render and I will see how this one is looks. So render this one, I will come back once the render is finished. This one is looks good, not very bad. We need to adjust some of the settings also. I think the glossy is missing in this floor. We think we need some more glossiness to this floor. We will adjust that in later, and next move on to other material. Select this door and go to the face selection mode. Now select this face and press Ctrl L to select the all linked vertices to that this glass. And before that, go to the material there and click the new. Name this one as cabinet door underscore door, and go to the edit mode, add another one material, name this one as cabinet underscore glass. Okay, the glass material is very basic, just change the diffuse to glass. Okay, and the same way select this one, and add the cabinet door and go to the edit mode. Just hide this ceiling so you can work with the ceiling. Okay, and I'll select this one, face selection mode, select this face, Control L, and here add another one material. This one is cabinet glass, and assign this one. Okay, same way select this one, cabinet door, this one, cabinet door, cabinet door, like that. And you can do this one, Control L, the cabinet glass. Okay, now we added all the glass materials and hide this ceiling. Now if you just test render and see how this one is looks, yeah, this one is looks pretty good. And what happened to that? This cabinet does not have the glass material. Okay, guess this one does not have the glass material. So like this one. Click assign and render this one. Yeah, now this one have the glass material. Okay, fine. And next thing is inside this cabinet we don't have any shelf, so we're going to create some stack there. Okay, I'll select this one to the front view. Select this face, one face, and shift it to duplicate this one and move this one the z axis, extrude this one the z axis a little bit, give some thickness to this one, and shift D and move this one the z axis like that. Think uh, one self is enough, I guess. Just place this one to that. Okay, and here the same way, select this one, select this face, shift D and Z. This one to that, to this one the Z axis a little bit, and shift D and Z, move this one to that. Okay, and here select this one, select this face, shift D and move this one the Z axis, extrude this one the so a little bit, control L, to that and shift D and Z. I think it's enough. I think you don't see that because we're going to I think we don't see this cabinet because we're going to add the fridge there. This fridge will hide that cabinet, I guess. We will see the fridge will hide that cabinet or not in later. And next move on the material for the cabinet. Now select this cabinet here, underneath this cabinet door, um, go to the node editor and here set this one to something around dark brownish color, like that, something around dark brown like that, and add the glossy shader, mix this one with the sorry mix shader. Okay, and connect these two, and now render this one, see how this one looks. Set this one to 0.1 like that. Yeah, this one looks pretty good, I think. It's okay, and set this one to 0.05. And this roughness calculates how the glossiness of this cabinet. Okay, and yeah, so this one to, I think 0.1 is enough. Okay, now I'm going to do mains. Select this base cabinet here and select the cabinet door material, and in the settings just copy this color and paste this one in the viewport color so we can see this one clearly what are the materials they have. Okay, and for this back this one and the cabinet door, select this one cabinet door. Okay, and select this one cabinet door, this one cabinet door, and this cabinet door. Okay, and here select this one the cabinet door material to this one, and select these, select 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 these cabinets like that. And finally select this one and press Ctrl L at the materials. Excellent, great. Okay, and next one is we need to add some tiles to this wall. So select this wall and go to the edge selection mode and select this edge loop. Okay, and press Ctrl E and add mark seam. And here for this window, select these edges and Ctrl E and mark seam. Okay, now select everything and split this view, change this one to UV image editor and press U and unwrap. And here just select this image and you will see how this one looks. And you no need to worry about the back side of this window, this wall, because we are not going to see that. Just you need to only worry about these plain walls. Okay, and here click this three, and then this one is wall. Okay, and here use nodes, the texture, the image texture, and connect this one to this diffuse. And the texture is this tiles plane. This one is the seamless texture. You can download this one from CG texture. I will put the link there below this video. Okay, and yeah, put texture coordinate. If you leave this text as it is, means this tiles texture is very big. You will see, you will get the big tiles. You need to set the scale value to this one. So add the texture coordinate and add the vector mapping node. Now take the output of this UV and connect this one to this vector, and take this vector, connect to that, and set the scaling amount something around 6 would work fine. And check this one, see how this one looks. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Okay, okay, this one looks good. And the next one is we need to add some glossiness to this one. So shader, add the mix shader and add the glossy shader to this one. Okay, connect this glossy shader to this one, and for the roughness set this one to 0.1. Okay, and set this one to 0.2, the factor value, and see how this one looks. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. And I think the glossy is too much, 1.5, so 0.15. I think this one is okay. And you are not able to see the gap between the tiles. To see that, what I'm going to do means just duplicate this one and this one down, and take the output of this one and connect to there, and take this one, oops, and take this one and connect this one to the displacement. Okay, and if you render this one, you will see, you will get the huge bump maps there. Okay, you will see, you will get the huge gap between the tiles, but we want to control the distance between the tiles. To do that, go to the converter at the math node. Here set this one to multiply and set this one to 0.015, and you will see, this one looks pretty good, but a bump map is in the wrong direction. That is, the gap between the tiles is in the wrong direction. So go to the color at the invert node, just connect this one. Now you will get the proper direction there. So this looks decent now. Okay, and now the basic material for the tiles and this wall, this floor, and the cabinets are finished. And think almost the material is finished. Okay, let's just test under how this one is looks. And here, and then the sampling, just increase the sampling to something around 500, and I will come back once the render is finished. Till then I will pause the recording. Okay, the render is finished. Still now this one is looks pretty good, and one thing is this glass is very transparent, so you are not able to see there is a glass is there or not for this cabinet. But this cabinet is okay, you will get the reflection, and this one is not able to see there is a glass or not. This one is okay, this one is okay. And you will see the bump map for these tiles is very huge, I think, so we can adjust that. And one more thing, we can change this glass to clear type to froster type. Okay, to do that, select this one and go to the material, select the cabinet glass, increase the roughness to zero point 0.02 something like that, and we will check how this one is looks, and we will adjust that depends on our lighting setup. And the next thing is we're going to create the material for this countertop. Okay, and for this countertop, first hide this ceiling, and I'll select this one, select this edge, and this edge, control A at the mark seam, and to the back view select this one. Okay, and this mm, and this one here, this, and select these edges and press Ctrl E, mark seam. Okay, and here select the edges, this and this, Ctrl E and mark seam. Same way, go to that, so this two edges, this one, this and this, controlling mark seam. Okay, now select everything and split this view and change this one to UV image editor, and here load any reference image just for the reference only, and view unwrap. Now the unwrap is missed, something looks weird, so we need to adjust that. And the reason for that, select this, I think, select these edges and controlling the mark seam and you unwrap. This one still looks weird, and I will do next. Select these edges, this one, this edge, and this, control E mark seam and you unwrap. Mm, Control E mark seam, you unwrap that. I think where the problem is going to be, so here select these two and control E and clear seam. Instead of that, go to the back side, select these two and control E and the mark seam, and select this one, control E mark seam, and you unwrap that. And here it's okay, and here this one, select this one, controlling mark seam, you unwrap. Yeah, this one is looks much better. Okay, And next, add the new material, name this one as counter top. And for this one, just close this image editor and bring this one down and change this one to node editor. Here they go to the texture and the image texture, open that, and here the texture we're going to load this one is this marble white 00352. Yes, this one is a seamless texture. Okay, now connect this one to here and set this one to material so you can see how this one is looks. Think like everything goes very well, and except the mapping. So input texture coordinate and safety vector at sorry safety vector at the mapping. Okay, and bring this one there and take the output of this one, connect to here and connect this like that, and increase the to something 2 or maybe 3. I think 3 is looks good. And check this one how this one looks. Okay, and this one is the countertop. This one is a granite type or marble type. So this one is a very glossy one. So add the glossy shader to this one and the mix shader. Okay, and next one is yeah, add the mix shader and connect this one to there and set this one to 0.2. Set this one to 0.02. Okay, and Alt H to bring everything and check how this one is looks. Let's see how the glossiness is looks. I think the glossiness is too much. So this one to set this one to 0.1 and maybe set this one to 0.05. Need to increase the roughness a little bit, and here in the sampling preview increase this one to something 50, so this will get more clear result. I think this one is looks pretty good. Think this one to 0.2. Okay, we will adjust that in final render if this one is not matched for this scene. Okay. And we almost finished the material settings, and we need to adjust some of the materials for these wall tiles and this floor also. I guess this wall have the more bumpness, we will adjust that. And another one thing, the scene don't get enough light into the room, so I'm going to means select this wall and here add one cut there and G and like this one. This is just snap this one to the just exact height of this window. Okay, and add another one. Look at that G and just snap this one to that. Okay, and here something like that. Select these two face and extrude this one back and delete those faces. Now if you render this one, you will see you will get more light. Okay, now the room looks better compared to the before. And one more thing, I don't want to enter I don't like to enter the light directly enter into the room. Instead of that, I'm going to add the glass window like that here. Okay, so select this face, and before that just bring this one back like that. Select this face and shift as cursor to selector, move the cursor to there and go to the file, user preference, add-ons and search for the window. here sets this window generator add-on, and shift A, leave from the edit mode. Now add the window there. Okay, and here, and to bring the properties panel there. Okay, and we don't want this sill for this one, and maybe the horizontal is 2, the horizontal is, and the horizontal count is 3 is okay, and we want the equal distance. Okay, so set this one also 60, and the thing looks pretty good, I think. And maybe one vertical count, and looks pretty good. And rotate this one, the z axis 90 degree, and you will see how this one is looks. This one is okay, and still increase this one to 62, thing 62, this one 62, and increase this one 64, maybe 64, 65, 65, and 65, and 65 is working. And the height of this one is, that is the first row, I think this one is the first row, and that is the height of the first row. Okay, something around like that. And the height of the second row, just reduce that, something around 33, and increase the height of the first row. See how this one is looks pretty good. And for this, increase the inner frame to 1. Okay, good. And maybe reduce the height of this one to 20, and increase that. Now looks pretty good. And render this one and see how this one is looks. Much better. Okay, and I'll save this file, and we'll give the test render and see how this one is looks, and set this one to 256 and 256, and render this one. I will come back once the render is finished. The render is finished, and now this one looks much better than the previous one. Okay, next move on to adding some fridge and some assets here, and I will come back after adding that. This is the finished scene after adding some of the assets, my own assets, and some of them downloaded from BlendSwap. And I think this chimney does not have any material, so apply the scale to this one and select everything and U and wrap, and split this one and change this one to the UV image editor, and choose any one of the image and check how this UV map is showing. That this one is not good, and set this one to cube projection. I think the cube projection will looks fine there. Okay, and move this one to there. And for this one, I going to use the material I used in this fridge handle. So here select the fridge, and this one is the fridge handle. I'm going to use the same material there. Okay, and I will test this render. Press Ctrl B to select the box selection. You can render only this area and check how this one is looks. And okay, just press this 2. This will disable the sharing between this fridge handle and this chimney. And next, go to the node editor there. Here adjust the values of this one. Here I'm going to means, here increase the roughness to something around 0.5, I think 0.5. Here decent, and set this one to I think I don't know why I'm here getting this too much brightness there. Okay, we will check this one in final render. Okay, okay, leave that as it is, and decide that. Okay. Now the another one thing is we need to adjust the camera of this one. The fridge is in here. I don't want to see the empty space there, so I'm going to zoom this one close to that, something like that, and thing around here. I think this one would be fine. And yeah, select this one, deselect this, and select this one, deselect that, move this one to here, something like that. Okay. Hmm. So something is there. Select this one, deselect that. It's missing something around bolt. Select this one, deselect that, and deselect this, and move this one to here, like that, and this one to here. And now check how this one is looks. I think now this one is looks much better. Okay, the border render. Okay, I think here I am getting too much glossiness in this chimney. So other thing is, think everything is placed correctly and everything is looks fine, and we need to adjust some of these bump map in the tiles. We will adjust that, and other than that everything looks fine. And okay, if you need to add any assets, you can create the own assets and add to this scene, and I will finish this scene as it is, because adding the more assets, this will increase my blend file, and while rendering this will take much CPU. I am unable to record that. To avoid that recording problem, I will stop the assets as it is. Okay, if you need more asset, you can add that as your wish. and and next we're going to see the new feature in Blender 2.74, that is the depth of field. You can find this field under this heading in the properties panel in the right side, and underneath this heading enable the depth of field. Once you enable the depth of field, you will see everything is blurred. To fix that, select the camera and go to the camera properties. Here you can see the viewport f-stop, which is set by default, set this one to 128. You can inside this 3D viewport, press W and pick the depth of field. You can choose anything you want. Okay, and the depth of field, here I'm going to click this cup, and depth of field I'm going to click this teapot, and increase or decrease that distance. I will see the depth of field, increase or decrease the distance. You will see, you will just focus on the teapot, and other than this teapot, everything is good. Okay, and maybe W, pick the depth of field. Here I'm going to pick this um, kitchen sink tab. Okay, and just increase the focal view and increase the f-stop value, so can get that, something like that. I think this one should be fine. I think this one is looks good. And yeah, this is the new feature in Blender 2.74. Or if you want to change the distance or something, just hover the distance and press the E key, and this will brings the eyedropper tool like that, and pick anyone you want. And for the focus also, you can press E and choose any object you want. Now I select the window there, and again press E, and this time I'm going to pick this teapot and press E. Hover this focus point, press E, and this time pick the fridge. Okay, something like that. You can choose the whatever you want, and I'm going to leave this one as it is. And here increase the focal length, I think 19.7. I think this value is enough. I think this one is looks pretty good. The next thing is we need to adjust the bumpness of these walls. So select this wall, and here in this node editor, here we use the same texture here. We duplicate this texture and use this texture there, and use this one as a displacement texture. Instead of this one, I created one bump map texture. Just go to this tutorial, underneath this texture folder you will find this texture, this black and white texture. Just open that and set this color to non-color data, and now you render this one, and you will get the bump only in the lines. You will see here it is. And no, this one is looks fine. You will get only in the tiles. Set this one to 0.05, think 0.05, SF 0.025 or 0.01. Think yeah, 0.01 is enough. Now we adjusted this tiles material. And one more thing, we left this a cabinet knob or cabinet handle. Okay, just go to there. First select this cabinet and press the right slash in your keyboard, and what this will brings the only this cabinets. You will this will brings you to the local user auto, so you can work only with this cabinet. Okay, now press T and N to hide the toolbar on the properties panel. Here select this edge and move the cursor to there, and now add the UV sphere there. For this UV sphere, I will going to set the number of segments to 8 and number of rings to 8, like that. And go to the right view, rotate this one in the 90-degree, like that, and scale this one even further, and scale this one in the y-axis, something like that. Okay, and bring this one to back. Maybe scale this one further. Here the object mode, delete, go to the vertex selection mode, delete these vertices and select this one and scale this one a little bit. Go to the right view, extrude this one in the y-axis, like that. Okay, and now press Ctrl 1 to add the subdivision level of 1 to this one, to this knob, and set this render subdivision to 1, and add this shading smooth. This one is looks like a knob, and add one look at here to tighten those edge. Select these two and scale this one just a little bit, flatten those areas. Okay, and this one is looks good. At this angle you don't see any jagged edges, so just leave this subdivision 1 is enough for this one. For this material cabinet handle, I'm going to set this one to a glossy one. Okay, and for this one set the roughness to 0.05 and enter this one, see how this one is looks. Set this one to 0.2, I think 0.2 roughness is okay, and now leave to the normal view, and press Alt D and X to duplicate this one and move this one. The X axis there, select this two, and again Alt D and X, bring this one to here, And next one is Alt D and X. Bring this one to there, like that. And here delete this one, and we don't want any handle for these uh, top dryers. Instead of that, going to add here now, and shift D to not shift D, inside this one, press alt D to duplicate this one, bring this one to there, and again alt D X, place this one to here. Select these two, press alt D and move this one to there, and alt D and bring this one to here. Here we don't need any handle, so delete that. Right view and the top view, press alt D and rotate this one by 90 degree and grab this one to there, like that, and place this one to here. I think this one's okay. Now go to the left view, like that, and move this one to there, press alt D and Y, bring this one to here. Now select these two and alt D Y, place this one to here, delete this one, select this one, alt D, this one to there. Okay, maybe place two here, two handles, alt D Y, like that, and select these two, alt D and Y, place this one here. Now select these two, alt D, grab this one to here, and place this one like that. And one more thing, finally alt D and bring this one to there. Now select this one and delete that. Now we have the handle for all of this one, and next we need to add handle to the top cabinets. Do this one as we did there. So these two and shift alt D to there. Okay, now the handle for all the cabinets are applied, and I think everything is okay. I will give the final render and come back after the render finished. This is the finished render. Everything looks good except this white background behind this glass. And this chimney, this one looks something like weird one. If you play around with the anisotropic shader, you will get the nice effect. I think the problem is based on this UV map, that is the UV unwrap problem. You can do that. Other than that, everything is okay. You can add the more assets. It depends on your taste. Next, I'm going to add background to this window. So go to the top view and move the cursor to center and bring the cursor to here, and go to the user preference and add on search for the image. Use the import image as plain add-on. Go to the file and import images as plain, and go to the texture folder, and here you will find this 3001l.jpg image. And for this image, set this one to emission. Okay, and okay, and click import images as plain. Now rotate this one in the x-axis by 90 degree. Go to the front view and the wireframe mode. Scale this one like that, and even scale this one further, and bring this one to back. So this one to back, something like that. Okay, and in the well setting, reduce the number of the strength to 2, so you will get the less strength. Okay, and you will see how this scene looks now. This one is looks pretty good, but you are not able to see the background image. Okay, the reason for that, we need to change some settings for this glass shader. Select this window, go to this shader and click this glass shader, and next go to the node editor. Here I'm going to delete these nodes, and I don't want this glass shader. Instead of that, what I'm going to means I'm going to add the glossy shader as the top one, and the transparent shader as the bottom one, and take the output of this one, connect this one to here, and for this one set the roughness to 0 and set this one to 0.01. Okay, and you will see, just flip this one. The transparent is first and the glossy is the bottom one, and set the roughness to 0, and now render this one and see how this looks. Now this one looks pretty good, and select this one, scale this one the z-axis, something like that, move this one up and test this one, and you will get the NF light, and now the scene looks much better now. And before that, select this wall, go to the edit mode, alt shift and right click to select this edge loop, alt shift and right click to select this edge loop, press shift to duplicate this one and separate this one by selection. Select the separated mesh and select everything and fill the face there. Go to this material, remove this wall material and name this one is window backlight. For this one, set this one to emission and set this strength something around 5, and go to the camera view and render this one and see how this one looks. You will see now you are not able to see the background. Just go to this object data properties here. Yeah, underneath this ray visibility, uncheck this camera and this shadow. Now you are not able to see this light, you are able to see only the background image. Now this one looks good, and maybe increase the strength of this one to something around 7. Okay, this one is looks pretty good. Almost we finished the scene. So finally I going to do one final render with the 1500 sample, and here the render size, which is equal to 720 into 330. The 720 into 330 is my site featured image size resolution, so I will set that. You can do whatever size you want. Okay, I will come back once the render is finished. This is the finished render result, and next move on to the composting. Use nodes and use backdrops. Okay, control shift and left click this render layer. This will add the viewer node, and close this one. We don't need that. Okay, and hide this properties panel also. And we need to add the vignette to this one. Shifting, go to the distort, add the lens distortion. Okay, and shifting filter at the blur node. Take the output of this one, connect this one to there, and set this one to fast Gaussian, and check the relative and set this to Y. Color at the mix node here, on to bottom, and take the output of this one, connect this one to there, and set this one to multiply. Yeah, now we have the vignette there. Yeah, now this one is okay. And here increase the percentage, something like that, and check. Looks, and set this lens distortion value to 1. Okay, now this one works. And here set this one to something 15 and 15 there. By reducing the factor value, you can control the vignette there. And the next we need to adjust some of the brightness and contrast to this one, to this image. So go to the color, add the brightness and contrast. Okay, now increase the brightness, something like that, 0.1, and increase the contrast a little bit. Okay, the contrast something around 0.1, something, increase this brightness, and go to the color and the color balance node. After adding the vignette, think after adding the vignette, you can add the color balance to that, like that. And for the shadow, just set this one to something like red color, I think, something like little bit of orange. And the mid-tone things, and it looks weird, something about, just go to the little bit of red, something like that, not too much. This one is enough. And for the mid-tones, this one does something around blue, I think this one is okay. And for the highlights, and set this one to something is like that. I think this one is looks good. Okay, and finally connect this one to this composter. I think this one is okay. I hope you learned something from this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, means subscribe to my YouTube channel, Vimeo, can like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter. And if you created any interesting thing using my tutorial, post that picture in the comment section. I like to see that. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching. See you again in another one tutorial. Bye.